Right, today's video is a review of this PELONIS 23-inch tall remote control 2000 watt tower heater. I'm going to go through the features and benefits of it. We'll talk about the safety aspects of it. I'll do a temperature test on it and we'll see it in operation basically. Right, let's get cracked on. So if I just talk through the reason why I've got this 23-inch tall heater first. So the heating that we've got in the house is all underfloor heating. In addition to that, we've got a couple of stoves that we can use as secondary heating. But with both of those forms of heating, they take a while to heat the house. If we turn the underfloor heating on, it could be 2 hours before the house is warm. The same with the stove, you've got to put the coal on it or the wood on it, it's got to heat up. Well, when you've got a space heater like this, it's pretty much instantaneous. It's pumping that heat out straight away. So if anything was to happen to the heating, I can get these stoves fired up, but this will give us immediate heat. Or we might not want the underfloor heating on. We might just want one room warming, and that's what this will do. Let's have a closer look at it first. So behind this panel here are 2 ceramic heating elements. And something that's really good about this heater, there's actually 2 fans behind there that blow the air out, so you get a more even dispersal of the warmth coming into the room. We've got a touch control panel at the top, and it's also supplied with a remote control as well. However, this doesn't come supplied with batteries, so you need to have 2 AAAs. It's sat on a base that's about 8 inches square, and it oscillates on that base, and you've got a 75-degree oscillation. The cable that it comes supplied with is just under 6 feet in length. And if we have a look on the back, you've got a carrying handle at the top, and obviously all the specifications down on the label there. All right, let's just go through the control panel. So you've got your on button, you've got your control for oscillating, you've got your mode button, there's 3 modes, you've got your timer button at the top there, and also a plus and minus. Now that's for temperature and for the timer. And those buttons are duplicated on the remote. So again, on and off, oscillation, mode, plus and minus, and the timer control. And those buttons are duplicated on the remote control. So you've got your on and off, oscillation control, mode, plus and minus for temperature and time, and timing. Let's go through those controls actually using it. So we'll switch it on. It's on cooling there. And as I say, you can go through the modes. So you've got high, low. This one is it's more of your manual control, so you can adjust the temperature to whatever you want there. So we'll have that on 20. This is your oscillator. Press that and it starts moving. And as I said, that's a 75-degree oscillation from side to side. Now, we're right on top of the heater and it's very, very quiet. It's also very, very warm. It's powering out to me as we're talking. Over on the left-hand side, if we press the timer button, I'll just turn the oscillation off. So if we press the timer button, it's on, just do it again. So it's on 0 hours. If you press it for 2, now this will turn off in 2 hours, and that will go all the way through to 24 hours. So you can have it on for a maximum of 24 hours and then it'll automatically turn off, and if you press it again it goes back to 0. You can see here you've got your temperature setting, it's in eco mode. It shows that there's power to it. Now, when we switch it off, it takes 15 seconds to stop. Now, that's a really good thing because what it's doing is it's still pumping out the heat, so it's cooling those ceramic heaters prior to stopping. The temperature's a lot lower coming out, and then it switches off. And you can see here it's showing that it's still plugged in. Now, this screen will go off after 60 seconds of inactivity. So if you've got it in your bedroom at night, it's not going to be glowing and keeping you awake. It's also very, very light. It comes in at 5.1 pounds, which is roughly 2.3 kilograms. So very, very easy to lift. So you've got all the usual temperature safeties on there. But one of the things that I really like about it as far as safety goes, if we just turn it on again. So imagine it's working and maybe there's a pet in the room or something like that. If it gets knocked over and goes down on its side, it knows that it's now on its side, and I think it's saying P4, which is the alarm for it being on its side. It's now cooling, so it's turned off the ceramic heaters and then it stops. So it's that cool down process and then it automatically knocks off. So as I said, if a pet's knocked it over, if you've knocked it over by accident, if it's just fallen over for whatever reason, it's not going to continue working on the floor pumping heat out. One of the other things that I really like about it is, if you haven't used the timer on it, after 12 hours of use, it'll knock off automatically. So again, if you use it in a holiday home or something like that, you've left the home, you're on your way back to wherever you live, and you think, oh, I've left the heater on. Well, you know that it's going to turn off automatically, even if you don't go back anyway. Right, let's check the temperature on it. Right, so we'll just do the temperature check now. So it's been working, but you can see that it's reducing, so it's at 32 degrees. We'll switch it on. We'll do a check, so straight up to 38. Do it again, up to 59, and again 65. So you can see how quickly it increases, and if you were here, you'd certainly be able to feel it like I can. Up to 95, up to 121. As I said, there's 2 ceramic panels in there. Up to 128. It's saying it's very, very warm, up to 136, 139, 142. Now, obviously, we've set the temperature at 22 degrees. When the ambient temperature in the room gets to that, it's going to cut off. Whatever you set it to, that's what it's going to stop at. And again, last one, 143, 146, 151. So as you can see, a very effective heater. Right then, so in review, what do I think of this PELONIS tower heater? It's excellent, does exactly what I want it to do. Some of the other things that I can use it for. So in the loft, obviously it gets cold around here in the winter. If you don't want anything freezing, or if you want to try and protect what's up there, if you set it to 5 degrees, it'll automatically kick on if the temperature goes below 5 degrees, so nothing's going to freeze. So if you've got any pipes or anything in a room, you can use it that way. It's very, very effective. The heat's instantaneous. It's very, very safe. You've seen some of the safety features on it. So when it falls over on its side, for example, when you turn it off, it will carry on blowing air for about 15 seconds just to cool those ceramic heating elements down. The remote control works from about 5 meters away. So if you sat down, you can turn it down or you can turn it up without having to get up and go over to the unit. Very stylish, touch control, easy to operate, whether you use the front panel or the remote control. And if you've ever used any type of electric fan heater, you know how quick they are to respond and how controllable they are. So ultimately, do I recommend it? Well, I most certainly do. I think I paid around about, it was over £50 for it. It's come down, it's on promotion now on Amazon, but that may go back up again. But aesthetically pleasing, controllable, does what it should do. Yeah, I certainly do recommend it. I think the real call out for me on this though is the energy saving. So it's not that it costs less to run. So it's 2 kilowatt. So if you're paying 30 pence an hour per kilowatt hour, so it's 60 pence to have this on for an hour at full blast. But if you're using it in one room and you're not having to heat the whole of the house, it's going to be almost instantaneous heat, and then you can control it from there. You can have it on, you can have it off, you can set the temperature so it'll kick in automatically. But you're not heating the house, you're heating a room, which is going to be substantially less than heating a house.